Hi, and welcome to an Ocean AI market update for Friday, the 11th of February. Firstly, we're looking at the S&P here on an hourly time frame. So we had that breakdown overnight, which could be potentially setting us up for that move we were looking at earlier in the week down to the 4,000. So what we want to do now is we go into the shorter time frame. If my internet wants to work. So we had that sell-off with a CPI number last night, and then we had that big rally back. There was a bit of a, obviously looking at now, is a bit of a suckers rally. Then we got the opportunity in here. This little pullback here was a good place to sell that 50-60% retracement, and it fell away from there. Now what we want to look for is some sort of a low to come in here and a rally back. So we want to be looking for, if it's going to be bearish, the 382 or the 50-60% retracement. But ideally we want to look at if we can get an ABCD, wherever this low comes in, into that 382, around that 45.10 area. That'll be a good place to sell it. But I'll, as we get closer to that, I'll put out an alert or another market update. So if we go from that one, have a look at the Dow. Slow internet in the village today. So if we look at the Dow, what I was looking for originally with the Dow, we had the spike low, was a move high and then one more low to give it 5 waves. And then we'd be looking for higher prices. But we only got 3 waves there, so I think what we've just completed here is another 3 waves. So an A wave, a B wave, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a C wave. And so that would also, like the S&P, would send us down for one more time. Send us down to 3,200 area. If we go back further, even that's wouldn't even be a 382 from the low all the way here. Yeah, not even close to 382s at 30,000. So drop down to 32 would still be bullish and looking for higher prices. But yeah, as it stands, we'll look for a pullback to go short. So onto the DAX here, which is looking good. Yeah, just missed this one. So what we've got here is an ABCD into that low there, which is also a 3 drive. And that's the 50-60% retracement from that whole rally up. So now we want to look for a rally and to sell the rally as well. So if we get up here again, just looking for that ABCD once again, something like this. Might not happen till later on or even next week, but something like that for a sell-off. That's the ideal sort of scenario. There is a possibility as well that this is a correction is finished and it's going to go higher. So I've got to keep an eye out for that as well. But really, I think what we're looking at is something heading down lower here, down towards 15,000, maybe even lower. So that's where we want to look for this pullback and sell that either today or into next week. So now move on to the oil, which is looking good. So if you sold the oil last night, when I was talking about it, we're sitting pretty good. So the next move is, I think we've got a low coming in here. So we want to sell, wait for the pullback. Well, you could buy it if you wanted to, and just risk 30 or 40 points to trade it up, but it could also just drop straight through. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see if we can get that nice pullback again. If we can get that up into this sort of 90.50, 90.70 area, that's the one we want to get, because that could be the big move down. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. And if we look at today's AI for the oil, going to 15-minute. This is the CFD, so slightly different to the futures market that we trade. Yeah, so we're coming down into this time turn point around 2:30. So that could be the place if you wanted to have a long, somewhere around 89.11 to 89.30. You don't need to risk, sort of have your stop down 88.75, because if it goes much lower than this, it's likely to keep going. But if we follow the AI today, I'll just put this one in here so you can see that for now. I'll post the charts out later with the times on them. And that would give us, once we've had that 3 driver bottom coming in here. So ideally now what we want to see is that, like I was talking about, that A, B, CD back into that 90.50, 90.60 area and heading lower from there. So that's the oil. Move on to the gold. The gold hit that 78%, 138 level last night. Obviously it was jumping around with the CPI data. Another thing which is a bit weird here with the high inflation, normally expect gold to head higher, but that's fallen away as well, so warning signs there. Same thing here with what we've seen with the markets and everything. It's had a nice little yeah, so we've got a little 3 drive coming in there as well. Down to here. And that would be probably 78% from this low here. Put in that 78%. Yeah, it's a 78% there around that 1821. So that'd be a good place to do if you wanted to just have a little buy to get this pullback here. Go further back. So yeah, here we are. So we're looking for this to find a low in here, then looking for that pullback back to 1830, I think would be good. If we could get that, once again, same thing, they're just repeating today, which is good. Like to see things looking the same. That ABCD pullback for lower prices there. What else we got? We've got the crypto, the Cardano still heading lower. We ended short up here a couple of days ago. I'm still waiting for that to complete down around 110, 108. AI with that's got it going lower today as well. Right onto the, that's that one, onto these currencies. So we start with the euro. So what we've got here with the euro, I was looking for one more little top here. And we got that with a spike up last night, the CPI numbers. So I think this is a change of trend pattern. So we've had the spike low, we've had the rally up, and now we're looking for a pullback to go long. So if we go into an hour, go to 30-minute. Same thing here, we want to wait for this bottom to come in. Wherever it comes in, it might be pretty close where it is now. I want to wait for this pullback here. Same thing here. Ideally back to 114.40, something like that. Then look for that last leg down, and then that's when we'll be looking for a possible buy. If it is a change in trend, and we'll get that ABCD down into the 50-60% area, looking for that buy. But firstly, we want to see if we can get back up in here to sell it, and then look to see how it goes for the buy into next week. If we look at the pound is similar, but because the pound's come a lot lower compared to the euro, I think we might go, oh, no, not that one. I think we might go lower with the pound. So we might get a move. Same thing as the euro, wherever this low comes in. Might get something back here, and then either to here, or either 61%, or even down to the 78% there, probably 134.30, something like that. And then if we're bullish, we'll be heading up from there. So see how today goes. Looking for that pullback and to short there. Where's the Aussie? I think that's probably the same. Yeah, the Aussie last in the weekend, we're looking for that one more little leg down to go higher, but didn't come down. It's gone already. So now we're looking for that completed an ABCD up into here. So there's potential to actually see more downside here in the Aussie. But either way, looking at any one of these, we want to wait for that pullback. Something back to 72 would be good. Hole number 72. And then look for further selling. Yeah, that's the place to go. So I'll keep an eye on that. And yeah, if we find an opportunity, we'll get into that. What else we got here? The Canadian. What have we got in the Canadian? Possible 135 here. We could also have this ABCD has completed there, so actually we could be heading higher. And if we're looking for lower oil prices, then Canadians correlated with that, so this could be going higher. So opposite to the other ones, where we're looking for a rally to short, I think we need to look for a drop here to buy, to either get one more leg higher or a lot higher. Yeah, I'll have a look at that a bit more over the weekend, and we'll see how today plays out. We've had that big rally, so looking for a pullback to buy. That's about it. That'll do for now. I have waffled on for nearly 15 minutes, so yeah, I hope this helps. Thanks for tuning in. I'll post some AI charts shortly. I'm a little bit behind this morning, went out this morning, so I'll post those shortly with some times coming up today and what we can look out for. So yeah, hope this helps. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.